Hello, my name is Alexio, and today we're going to be talking about ITZY. In light of ITZY's recent comeback with Gold and Leah finally returning from her hiatus, I wanted to talk about ITZY's legacy and their standing within the larger K-pop community. ITZY debuted with Dalla Dalla in 2019, and it was a major event, and it marked the beginning of 4th gen K-pop. Dalla Dalla was just like its name. It was different, but in a good way, and the dissimilarity was what made ITZY's debut stand out. This main theme of nonconformity and rebellion remained throughout their subsequent releases, with the exception of Not Shy. Songs like ITZY and Wannabe were songs about self-confidence and self-affirmation that were accompanied by unusual yet unique production. Their next title track, Not Shy, switched up the subject matter, and ITZY started to explore themes of finding love and pursuing a love interest. This theme carried into their next release, Mafia in the Morning, which was a noticeable shift away from their previous title tracks. It was a lot darker and a little bit mature, but it still kept that typical ITZY flair. Mafia was ITZY's take on the girl crush concept, so the performances for this era were really fierce and intense. Their next comeback, Loco, was bigger and brighter. It had the classic ITZY sound, and it fit perfectly within their discography. Unfortunately, their next release, Sneakers, is when things started to go downhill in terms of quality. The sales, charts, and the streams were really high, but ITZY's reputation was slowly starting to decline. Sneakers was a noticeably big shift in ITZY's career. Because of this song, a lot of fans, specifically international fans, started to jump ship in favor of newer groups like LE SSERAFIM, IVE, and NewJeans. Before Sneakers, ITZY was dominating the girl group discourse/conversations, and their name carried a lot of weight. They were essentially the 4th gen it group, but when these newer groups started debuting, ITZY slowly started to lose their hype. In my opinion, this happened because Sneakers, in terms of quality, was a major regression from their past releases. Despite how well it performed on the charts and sales, Sneakers was not loved by the majority of fans. When Sneakers was first teased, the reaction online was so visceral, and some people even thought that they were being punked and that Sneakers wasn't the true title track. It was bad, but at its core, Sneakers was a standard ITZY song. It had that typical ITZY type production with an underlying message of self-acceptance and confidence. But the thing is, it felt like they had outgrown this concept and like they were way too mature to return back to this sound. I'll explain it like this. ITZY's last few comebacks were like Teen Titans, the original, and Sneakers was like Teen Titans Go. It was a watered-down rehash of their debut era, and that's why I feel like some of their fan base was disappointed because they were expecting a more evolved and more sophisticated ITZY. With their next comeback, Cheshire, I think their team tried to recoup from what they lost during Sneakers era, so Cheshire was a lot darker and a lot more polished than Sneakers. But by then, the damage had already been done. The K-pop community at large had moved on from ITZY and were now focusing on different and new groups. Cake largely went unnoticed in the community besides a few moments, and Born to Be had a lot of great tracks, but unfortunately, they too also went unnoticed and overlooked. Present day ITZY is trying to win back the public with Gold, and it's uncertain whether or not they will succeed. Gold is not their best title track, but it's listenable, and a lot of people seem to really like Imaginary Friend. ITZY's future right now is in limbo. They're not flopping in terms of sales, and their concerts are always packed, but they are not as big as they were before. I think it's safe to say that ITZY have officially peaked, and it's only gonna go downhill from here. Which is sad because ITZY is super talented, but I just think that every group has its expiration date. Every group has a moment where they're hot and a moment when they're not. I feel that way about groups that are popular even right now. Every group is gonna fall off eventually. But what do you think? Do you think that ITZY can return to their former glory, or do you think that they're too far gone? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye!